Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom office. I'm a little dressed up today because I was over at the Riverside National Cemetery doing the interment service for Stu Durant. It was very nice for Keisha D and me to drive over and be with the Durant family, and then for the half an hour service that included full military honors, and then to be able afterwards to have lunch with the family, and then head back. It was almost a little bit like old times back when I lived in Wisconsin, where you spent time with a family and went through an entire process like that when you're in the midst of sending your loved one off into eternity, and at the same time having family gathering for the re-entry of the loved ones who are still among us. And that's a real opportunity of transition, and pastoral care is important, as is community care. So I'm really glad that Keisha and I were able to go and be with the Durant family today. Speaking of community care, we have an opportunity in our Bloom community on a more involving way as time goes along, that we are able to care for members of the transgender community that are in our midst. We are always welcoming folks on Sunday morning, as well as people who participate in various times or ways in which we participate in activities of the transgender community. And I'm particularly talking about Transgender Day of Remembrance, which is always on November always on November 20th. And so coming up this Monday night is Transgender Day of Remembrance, and here in Palm Springs in the early evening there will be a gathering on the grounds of Palm Springs City Hall, and there will be a memorial for those persons who have been killed this year and previously, is for simply living out the identity that they feel that that is theirs, authentically theirs, as well as there's going to be the dedication of a cenotaph statue that has been created with donations of people. Bloom actually was the first fiscal agent and not-for-profit sponsorship of this cenotaph statue, and it is a butterfly statue in the shape of a young woman who lying on the ground after she had been killed. It is a very touching and moving symbol in and of itself, and the butterflies are a metaphor, a symbol for the trans community. Now, you've heard me use the word cenotaph, and a cenotaph is something that marks the passing of people or a person, though it is not a gravestone at an actual grave. So you will see many times in like London or in Britain that there are numerous cenotaphs or memorials for various war dead or other kinds of situations. You will see in some of the Hollywood cemeteries cenotaphs for Hollywood personalities who are not buried in that place, but there is a marker being a memorial to them. So that's what a cenotaph is, and that will be dedicated this coming Monday night as well. That means also Sunday morning we're very pleased to have preaching for the very first time at Bloom, Reverend Shelley Somerville. And feel free to check out the rest of Bloom Notes for a little bit of a bio on Shelley. And we're pleased to have her. This is going to be like the 1-year anniversary of her coming to Bloom for worship for the first time. And as a person who is considering member and discernment status in our church, it is great to have it be that a year later she's going to be preaching for our congregation for the very first time. We're also looking forward this Sunday to Bloom Tones return for the second time this season, and I know that they have been working hard. I know that because I'm one of them on the music, and looking forward to providing that, as well as some collaboration with Dorian McWayne's other musical connections throughout the valley, so that it'll be a wonderful Sunday for Bloom. So we hope you can be with us this Sunday. These are meaningful times. When we're talking about situations of memorializing people, that's one of the ways that our church is able to be helpful as we talk with people and are with people in these times of transition from an earthly life to life everlasting. That's part of our ministry. We hope that this Sunday you can be with us. As I said, if you can't be with us in body, please be with us in spirit. And as always, please keep us in your prayers.